Welcome back. We are all set to cut across to the MaxIndia management. Remember, they had announced the demerger last year itself, and now, in fact, that's going to take place. So we have the management. They're ready, in fact, to detail that. Remember, they have three segments of their business, and if you just take a look at it, the current market price versus the individual value, the SOTP value of all of that. In fact, it appears that there is a bit of a value catch-up that needs to be done there. By the way, we're getting Group Finance's numbers as well. The net profit has come in higher at around 54 crores. That compares with around 45 crores. So the profitability number is looking quite good. We'll be waiting for other details on that front as well. The stock more or less steady at this point of time. The total income as well has seen a decent jump. That jumped up close to around 20% if you take a look at it on a year-on-year basis. Those are the only two numbers that we have currently. We're trying to get some more details so that the stock, in fact, is moving higher. So let's see whether or not there is some surprise. But let's cut across to the MaxIndia management.
Who we are speaking to. Can we do a quick round robin? If everybody just introduces themselves, that'll be interesting. Can we start with yourself, please? I'm Alrighty. Madam?
Hi, I'm Eva from Web Chutney Agency. Hi, Anisha Ahmed from Web Chutney, the digital agency.
Okay. What do we have?
Spati, I'm from the agency, PR agency.
Okay.
From the agency, I think we should move fast. Yeah. Hi, Prerna Barwa from CNBCTV18.
All right. Okay, I know you. All right. Okay. Okay. I know, yeah. Yes, of course. Okay. Yes, I know. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. With your permission, I'll begin. The way we're going to run this afternoon is I'll give you some sort of highlights of what this event has been about. And then I'll hand over to Rahul, who will explain to you in more detail about the independent verticals of the demerged entity. And Mohit will give you some flavor of the pending milestones or just a follow-up from today's effective date of demerger and how the next 20-30 days look. So indeed, today is a very important journey in our lives. In the Max Group, we have completed 30 years yesterday, and we were born on January 15th, 1985, and it is quite sort of serendipitous that we should have landed the demerger, or the demerger got landed on January 15th. What has been the rationale of the spin-off or demerger? I think that's one of the first most important points. So firstly, we expect a substantially increased investor interest. We have been told over the years that there are a lot of investors who are interested in parts of what we do, but not necessarily the entire piece, because their investing arms are supported by their own research, their own sectoral preferences. Not everybody is sector agnostic, and so on and so forth. And as the world has become more complex and complicated, we find that many investors prefer some sectors or are arranged to address some sectors better than others. So we expect that by creating these three platforms, we should have a increased level of investor interest from different parts of the world, or vertical-wise. Second, I think it goes without saying that de facto, we have now become the first life insurance company to be listed. This is something that the investing world was always looking for. And if you look at our mix of businesses in the past, it's very easily understandable that those who are interested in financial insurance services or insurance or life insurance would not necessarily want to be involved in other sectors. So de facto, we have become just one step removed from being a listed life insurance company. The middle vertical, so the three verticals, as you know, are called Max Financial Services, which is the holdco of Max Life. The second one is a company called MaxIndia Limited, which is the holdco for Max Healthcare, Max Bupa, and for Antara Senior Living. And the third one is Max Ventures Industries Limited, which is the holdco of our one and only traditional business, manufacturing business, which is our business in the packaging area. So I've explained how we are virtually a listed now life insurance company. But look to the second vertical of MaxIndia. So we are coining an expression and then building a business around what we call a life operator. Let me explain what a life operator is. When you look at a tour operator just doesn't take care of travel bookings or hotel bookings or sightseeing. It books your entire tour from everything, from soup to nuts. So if you look at the larger life space or the life operator space, you've got healthcare, you've got health insurance, and you've got senior living. I'd just like to...
All right, so that's the management of MaxIndia looking to create a lot more value by demerging. And CNBCTV18's Shireen Ban caught up exclusively with the management. Hear it.
Max Financial Services in the new setup owns 74% of Max Life.
Right.
If there is an opportunity for either the promoters to divest a piece to be able to raise their stake in any other business, that could be. If Mitsui Sumitomo comes forward to want to raise its stake to 49, we will engage. Equally, if somebody else in the international arena, as we are doing right now, we're hearing a lot of interest. Exactly, or we're getting a lot of interest from FIIs and the like, who would like a sliver of this piece. And we will certainly, and strategics, we will certainly engage.
Interest that's been expressed by international players. Have those conversations, have they led to any advanced talks at this point in time?
So I would say those conversations have led to interesting talks at the moment. Advanced talks would be like we're going to announce something tomorrow morning. That's not the case. But there's a lot of interest as well from all kinds of shareholders, potential shareholders. Be there FIIs who are looking at small pieces and being financial investors, to also strategics who are not here, as well as strategics who are here, who may want to do a little bit of consolidation.
Given the competitive landscape and largely in the insurance business with the private backing of banks, would it make sense then for an Axis Max Life deal?
Right. We think it makes a lot of sense. The
Axis is not buying the story? Or?
No, that's not true. I mean, I think they have priorities of usage of capital, right, which is their prerogative.
Have we ever talked to Axis about this option? We have. But Axis seems to have taken a position that whilst they are exceedingly keen to grow the distribution side of the business, they don't per se want to be investors in the manufacturing side of the business. So, okay, we don't know what will come up tomorrow.
From the Max Financial Services perspective and the Max Healthcare or Max India perspective, where do you actually see the possibility of dilution being much more real today?
The financial factual answer to your question is Max Financial Services. Because having equalized with Life Healthcare in our healthcare business, the headroom is smaller. And with Bupa, the headroom is smaller. The value creation or the value realization opportunity in Max Financial Services is higher. So if your question is that you're going to take from Peter to invest in Tom, not to give to Tom, but invest in Tom, obviously the headroom is higher in Max Financial Services. And you must know that in the current framework, we are 74, Mitsui Sumitomo is 26. The way our arrangement is cast, that our rights stay so long as Max Group or Max Financial Services is invested up to 10%. So I have headroom from 10 to 74%.
What could be the allied opportunities that you could look at as far as Max Financial Services are concerned?
So you could get, so there are three types, right? One is you could simply go and acquire another company which is currently there. Now, we would not acquire a company just because it has a book of business. We would acquire a company because it has some tangible assets.
Do you have potential targets in India that you've identified already?
We have.
Have you spoken with anyone?
We have started those conversations, and I must say our board is very supportive. The second piece is actually a straightforward distribution deal for bank assurance, right? Of which you've seen several. Now, we, like I said earlier, we have earned the right, Shireen, to be able to commercially be viable with a partner bank, right? Axis Bank values our services. We hugely value Axis Bank's distribution. And we commercially are viable for each other. There's no transfer pricing, sort of subterfuge or, obscurity out here. So every renewal, we have to earn the right to do this. Therefore, we can take that experience to the market and actually convince a lot of players in this open architecture game, which I see as an opportunity for Max Life.
Give me a broad timeline by when we could actually see a decision on some of these things.
No, it's firstly the gate only opens on April 1.
Right? Sure.
Yeah?
I would say the next 12-18 months will see a lot of action in terms of discussions and so on and so forth. And I suspect it's within that period of time that we will see something break with respect to either distribution or an acquisition or a merger.